Hey guys, it's me again, making another life discussion about my life. Okay, so you guys actually saw what I did on Shadow Warrior 2. That's fine. But the thing about it is, though, the only reason why I was uploading that stuff is because I just didn't have enough, I just couldn't think of another game to play. Everybody else was able to play other games such as Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition. To be very truthful, I was uploading that game on PSN, but the problem was I kind of you know, reeked playing as Virgil. I mean, all I did was just get A ranks for Virgil, and next thing I realized, I'm not even getting enough ranks as it is. Oh, and let's not forget, I look. What I'm trying to say is right now, that's all on the game console right here on the PlayStation 4. But what I'm trying to say is right now is that my family and friends told me to do something for them, want me to tell them the truth, be honest with them, and keep score on what I'm supposed to do, what's right. They told me these exact same words. They want me to be honest. But I told myself, just be honest, tell them the truth, don't lie, just tell them what they needed to hear. But at some point when they told me to be honest about their opinions and either they're being so pushy or something. I would not, but here's the thing, I would never say wrong words. I would say like a yes or no answer, but the thing about it is how the yes answers can sometimes lead to a hit or miss. Like a miss, uh, a miss, that you actually got out of trouble. The hit part on the now there's like a good part and a down part. The down part is that if you said yes in a bad way, they would actually say, "I thought you were my friend. I thought you were nice to me like that." And then they say, "I don't want to talk to you anymore. I don't want to speak to you anymore. I don't want to see you anymore," or anything like that. See, that's especially what happens to one of my exes and thinking that I did something wrong to them, but not knowing that I was admitting what I did was a mistake. I didn't mean to say the wrong mistake things. But the only reason why that I had to you know what? I'm gonna say that I'm such a fool. All right, I admit what I said. I'm such a fool. I got into a major breakup. I got through, and you know what? That's the worst part. Without a lover in my life, I got only family and friends, and I had to pray to God for help, man. I had to pray. I had to pray so hard in hoping that my friends could see the truth about what I'm doing and why was I not home at the time. But whenever they needed me the most, I had to be there. But if I wasn't there, why am I still here? And they always say, "Why haven't you shown up? Why haven't you been honest with me?" But here's the thing, though. I'd rather not make up any more excuses. But the reason is some of these situations that I'm in right now, I had to I had to face the consequences. So yes, it is the truth. I had to face the consequences. And you know what? You know what? They say it's for my own good. I mean, own good. There is no own good when I'm already trying to be good. But let me just cut to the chase. Now, what happened on me on Monday, like Sunday through Tuesday this week, I had to quit my job. And you're about to ask me why did I quit my job is the first part. Because all right, I'm gonna be 100% with all of you. Listen, there was not much dishwashes dishwashers at the Oaks of Clearwater, Florida. All right, that's number one. And number two, most of these people were a little bit, taking the morning shifts way too seriously, and yet they get out early while I'm the one stuck with the evening shifts. And that's the problem. I can't change my schedules worth a dang. I can't even do a damn thing about it. And yet I was bound by the same freaking night shifts over and over again. And then, third and final, I had to check the cold water faucet to see if it's running any cold water. But no, it was tainted with hot water. So then, this is what my mother told me. She told me, if there's no cold water for us to cool our hands off while we're doing the dishes with hot water, I can no longer do my job. So you know what? I did exactly that. I said that on Sunday, right at my job. So you know what? I picked up my backpack, I clocked out and took off. I did exactly what my mother told me to do. Just go get away. And one of the employees that I worked with saying that they would put cold ice inside of the sink. But I said these words, and without any threatening answer, I said, I understand you are trying to help me, but this does not change the fact of why I had to work here with hot water. And so I left. I quit. I had to quit my job for that main reason. Eventually, that was the main reason why I had to do it, because apparently my mother, yeah, I would say it. My mother did not want me working at that place anyway. She wanted me to reconsider of going back to school. But you know what? I could have went back to school. But no, I had to let my own pride get the best of me. And next thing you know, I've been so prideful, I made sacrifices that I should not have made. I nearly made my friends upset. It nearly costed me my friendship. You know that? And you know what? It still did. So what I did was try to conversate with my friends at a minimum level. And you know what? It was right. I was wrong to be abandoning my friendship for my pride. So So my pride is the only thing that got in my way, and I had to lower the level of it. So you know what? I'm not proud about what I did, what was wrong, but I am facing the consequences right now. It's like punishment. I'm disciplining myself. I had to dig deep into my own heart. No, I had to dig deep into my very core being to try and tell my friends how much they mean to me. My friends, Anil, Kati, my friend Corey, Shay, almost everybody. I had to tell them the truth about why I wasn't with them. And the things that they say that they gave up on me, but you know what? I know that they were really furious at me as hell broke loose, all right? But I strongly believed that my friends, Anil, Kati, Corey, and even Shay, and many people who I used to be at Dunedin Academy with, and even with my families right here, I strongly believe that they are a big group of a family that I have ever had in my damn life. But you know what? I even will say this right now. My friends Kati and Shay, even Anil, they were my best top 10 strong friends that I would ever have in my life, especially Shay, especially Kati. And you know what? Kati and Shay were one of my top 5 toughest family members / friends I have ever had in my damn life. So you know what? Do you even know what it's like having a conversation with those two? I have to look them directly in their eyes, telling them how bad I really felt about my own life. It's like I am living in a nightmare, okay? This reality that I'm living is a hellish nightmare. And yes, I can't even stand the fact of why I'm always suffering the consequences because of my own stupid decisions. So you know what? They were right to be mad at me. They were right to tell me don't ever speak to them again. So you know what? It's part of life. Sometimes when they tell you don't talk to them, don't talk to them. But when there's something inside of them making them feel regret and remorse, they truthfully want to come out of hiding and wanted to tell me how sorry they feel as well. But you know what? I'm already feeling sorry as it is already. So you know what? I hate to say it from my hate to say it for some people who I work at my job with. They already, my friends who stood by me through the darkest of times already beat them to it. So you know what? That's not it's fair. What's fair is fair. What's done is done. It cannot be undone. And you know what? My past relationships with my lovers, however, I don't want to speak about it right now because I told myself it's not worth going back to them who told you, who did nothing but disrespect you. But however, there is one female out there, and I mean it, there's one female out there who still loved me, even if I, even how she would she would break the walls of destruction to be with me. And I'm not talking about my ex that broke my heart. There's someone out there who wanted to see me. So you know what? It's not like I didn't care about that, but I do. The truth of it is, I had to give up a lot of power to keep my life. And you know what? I did. I keep my life. I may have got, my job may be lost to me right now, and my money may be low right now, but I still have my life. And I keep my life cherished. Even it was a good thing that I had to keep myself clean. I did it for a reason, because I don't want to go on the same border that I went past then. You know, I used to be a strong, talented, and yet one of the smartest kids ever. Because the thing about it is, I'm not as smart as I appear to be. I'm not as cool as I ever be. And I'm not as, like, like popular. I mean, I love to sing. I love to dance. And you know what else? That's like who I am. Because you know what? I know I made a lot of mistakes and I make up for them. And guys, ladies, if you guys are out there like who I am too, trust me on this. I know you guys been in that same position that I am in already. And for those who are still in that position and you're trying not to, and you're trying to make your way out of it, imagine yourself a powerful weapon. Imagine yourself like a gun or a sword. Cut your way out of this situation and make it back to the way you once before. And you know what else? Sometimes I have to accept the fact that I had to stop living in the past. But what's good is forgetting about the past if you're forgetting about who you really are. You know, someone once told me that he or she could never actually go back to the past, that he or she used to be bullied, he or she had a horrible decision in his or her life, and never wanted to and his or her mistake decisions of making bad relationships with random men or women, seriously, that he or she had a problem. And you know what? She may have covered that up for one reason, because she didn't want to feel the same pain like she's gone through already. But to be very truthful, you cannot change the past, but you can try to change, to rearrange the present. And the only way for you to rearrange the present is if you can try and undo the mistakes you've done. And even if the deepest wound that you've cut on that person you did not mean to hurt, you need to, you have to tell him or her you're sorry. And you know what? I will admit this. I'm not a very good art worker, but I can draw sometimes, but not all the time. So you know what? It's just not fun to see myself like this. But listen, I can't always be the toughest guy ever. I do need help. But when there are some situations that I can actually get out of, and some situations that are look a little dim to look like they're a bit bigger, but at that certain part there's like a dead watch on there. But you know what? I feel like I was stuck in a dead zone. Yes, I had to say it. I feel like I was stuck in a dead zone. But apparently, my friends told me to get out of the dead zone already. And you know what? I nearly did. And you know what I did? I was right there. I was close to the edge, right here, out of the dead zone. And next thing you know, they pushed me. They somehow pulled me right out of it. And then they closed the portal gate into that dead zone and never wanted me to go back in there again. But do you even want to know why I was in there for that matter? Because I want to escape from the misery that I have inflicted on others. I wanted to suffer the consequences that they felt. And you know what? I even felt remorse. I felt so painful about that too. And you know what? If it had not been for me going in that place already, I would have never came out. I would never came out good. But it's like they say, you suffered enough. And everybody who conquered their life of being nice and stuff, and those who have overcame their fears and undid their mistakes and try to make up for the new ones in a love life, I think it's time you do the same. So you know what? That's true. The decisions that we all make and the paths that we all take and the actions we do, they reflect on who we are. That quote was off of Samurai Jack's father and Samurai Jack himself. But that's besides the point. What I'm trying to tell you guys right now is that I never wanted to start no problems this early in the morning or today. I never wanted to let things go wrong as we speak. But somehow, whenever I'm trying to put the pieces together. I did, and I put the pieces back together right where they are. And somehow the pieces were missing. And when those pieces were missing, the puzzle was incomplete. So therefore, if I don't find the three pieces I'm missing, that means I can't get out of this situation. But you know what? My family right here did saw the pieces that were missing. And some of those pieces were me. My friends tried what they can to overcome to help me. It's just that they didn't need help at all. See, I understand that they don't need help. But what's good is not helping you guys if we can't, figure out what is really wrong with you. I know you guys can't rethink about the past, but sometimes that past is a lesson that we all have to learn. Don't ever make the mistakes that you did before. And abandoning your past you know what? I'm going to say this quote right now. Without the past, your present can't exist. Yeah, without the past, the future can't exist. So it's not really nice to just block out the past, let alone turning your whole friends down for power. I had to, like I said from earlier, what I said here in this video, dig deep inside myself, my inner core being, to realize that what I've done was completely was completely dumb and stupid. And you know what? I will admit, I was a big pervert. And you know what? I am a pervert, but I'm not 100% am a pervert, because the thing about it is, I don't act perverted around other people. So you know what? It's not my fault. And you know what? The thing about it is, It's not easy. It's not easy being somebody who you think you are, but you're not. And you know, this is the real me. The real me right here, right now, is telling you that that made some terrible mistakes in the past and even in the present right now, even though it may be too late to change all that, but it's never too late to but it's never too late to live the life that you wanted to live so good, but didn't get a chance to. It can still be there. But you know what? It's like I said, I made sacrifices that were good, but I did not make sacrifices that were not good. So the sacrifices that I tried to make earlier when I had the job, I tried to make them right. But then I had to undo that sacrifice and sacrifice a day of my job away. But the job was overwhelming. And what I did out of that, I sacrificed it. So yeah, I killed off my job in order to try to find the real one. But I just want to relive my good life with my friends and my family. I wanted to to be in their lives. I wanted to remain in their lives. So without them, I got nothing. I can't say that if it was good for me to, make mistakes again, it's gonna literally hurt me. So why did I had to shut myself out and never become bad again? Because I had to isolate myself for one reason. Never make your family and friends upset. Never hurt them. If they need some time to think about what they're trying to do in their lives, just let them be. And it's like this. If you love something so dear, you must let it go. So you know what? Those past breakups that I had, that taught me a lesson. That taught me a lesson so much. I tried to hold on so bad. It was going to lead me into danger. It did, but then I had to get out. I had to leave. It wasn't funny. It wasn't good. It was a hard decision for me to make, but I had to let it go. And that's why I'm crying right now on the inside, just wanting to express this feeling. And no, I'm not doing this out for my own personal gain. I'm doing this because I'm really showing that I'm taking responsibility as a real person. And you know what? If I ever had children, to my future children, if you're trying to live a good life and you're trying so hard not to make the mistakes you did earlier, don't ever do them. All right? Listen to your mother, listen to your father right here. Do not don't ever live a life as a bully. For once in your life, live the life that we're going to set up for you. And to my future lover, if you love me for me, I understand. I won't force you into loving me, even though you have some disability that you can't, be in love with me and you only wanted to be a friend to me. That's fine. I mean, it's not like I want to, force you to love me. Because the thing about it is, forcing somebody to love you for who you are, it's wrong. And you expect them to just reply back whenever you felt like doing it, being like a control maniac. See, the thing about it is, I'm not the control freak in this family. I never was. I never wanted to begin with. I'll say this right now. It is hard to be a grown-up. And blood or not, you cannot escape on reality. And you know what? It is possible to escape reality, because the thing about it is, love life, however, a love life is a desire. It may be true, it may be a desire for any people who wants to be strong, who wants to live a life with his girlfriend or her boyfriend or anything. That's all a desire. But if they are really trying to take responsibility in that love life in order to keep the family together, you have to pray to keep it together, hope in order to keep it together. Because for me, I tried so hard. I keep forgetting about who I was and who I am and what I am. I told myself if I go along with the woman that I needed to be with, I would never cheat on her for anybody else. And yet, hearts were broken. The relationships with my exes were destroyed. And saying that they would have never abandoned me, they did. Now here in the future, in my life, I'm just sitting here, just in my room, alone, nobody to help me, nobody to talk to, nobody to hang out with, nobody to play with. Sometimes I would want to take the easy way out to rushing into relationships and having them, having sex and stuff. The thing about it was, what my sister Jordan told me, you shouldn't rush it, okay? Let it come to you. She was right. But in result, it takes time. It may not be here now, but that time will come. But the thing about my life is that sometimes you can't go around like, going with random people thinking that they know you, but but you don't know them. In order to find that certain someone, you have to get to know them first as a friend. And that's exactly how I'm actually trying to live my life, trying to meet new people. But I'm trying not to make the mistake that I recently did earlier. And that mistake was rushing into a relationship and not thinking about it. But yeah, I'm sorry I had to cut this off right now. I just feel very upset, really miserable. I'm sorry, guys. I'll see what happens next in the next video.